see here if I, okay. So I'm just gonna give it a second. I've been, took a couple days, just so you guys know. I know I had to just get up and come on here and do this because I really wasn't trying to come back until next week. I had my teeth pulled, and so I had to take some time because I was having some pain. But there was one message in particular that I wanted to come on here and say, because it was really pressing on my spirit that I couldn't wait. Shout out to my sister Cherish if you come across this. She been calling me and checking in on me and praying for me. So I needed to come on here and let y'all know about this particular dream that I had. And it was very weird, but one of the sayings that kept repeating itself to me was, you may not be well liked, but you will be well off, right? And one of the things that I really felt like I needed to touch on was that for some of you, a big part of the reason why you are where you are today and living the way that you are and having this newfound peace and happiness for yourself is because you believed. You believed when it looked like all hope was lost, and you kept praying to God even though it felt like no one was hearing you. And one of the songs that came to me was When You Believe by Whitney and Mariah. I first heard this song in the movie Prince of Egypt. I haven't watched this movie in a very long time. So for it to come to me, I know that it has something to tie in with this message. And it was saying, let me see here. Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. And see, that part that really stuck out to me was, many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. You know why God is blessing you the way that he's blessing you right now in the midst of your enemies wanting to see you struggle? It's like you cried him a river every single night. And this is what people did not know. You cried him a river every single night. And for every single night that you cried that man a river and you asked him for the strength, you was praying for the small things. You weren't praying for no materialistic things and materialistic gains, monetary things of monetary value. Do you understand what I'm saying? What you was praying for, you was praying for peace. What you was praying for was the strength to get up out your bed every day. For all that hurt that you was going through. Trust and believe me, bear with me on this message now. I may not know everything about your situation, but I'm telling you in some type of way, God needed me to come on here, and in some type of way, this is tying in. I don't know how, but you can connect the dots as to how it pertains and how it resonates with your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? You was asking God every night for the strength just to get out your bed every day, to want to go to work, to want to be happy, to want to live. Do you understand what I'm saying? And for every night that you cried Jesus a river and you asked him for the strength, it was every day that he gave you the strength to hold your head up high in those streets, to hold your head up high right there in the midst of where your enemies was trying to shame you, hurt you, humiliate you, betrayed you. Some of y'all wondering, why did it take so long for God to get me up out that cycle, for God to get me up out that situation? Because he was trying to send a message to your enemies. He was trying to send a real strong message to your enemies, not to mess with you. Do you understand me what I'm saying? He wanted to build you up and lift you right there in the midst of that pain and that hell and those betrayals and that shame and that humiliation that you was going through. And so for every night that you cried him a river, and that's what people didn't see, you cried him a river and you was asking for the small things. He gave you the strength and he told you, you get up and never let nobody see you sweat. You get up and you hold your head up high and you walk here and you talk here and you move here and you go to that job and you do that job and you work that job to the best of your ability. Do you know why he was doing that? He was sending a message to your enemies. He wasn't going to move you until he had built you up right where your enemies tried to destroy you and tear you down. I'm saying something. He weren't going to move you. See, by the time he moved you, you was already healed. You had already learned those lessons. That was your reward. He didn't move you until he built you up right there, right where your enemies just tried to destroy you and tear you down. 'Cause many nights you prayed with no proof anyone could hear. Cried him a river. You didn't even think he was listening. You cried him a river. But see, one thing that your enemies didn't count on, this is what I'm saying. It's like they all grouped up. Wanted to see you struggle so bad. They learned a very valuable lesson when it comes to you about betraying you that you could never lose. They learned a very valuable lesson when they sit up here and talk behind your back like they better than you. They understanding right now that no one can compare to you. For all that they talked about and wanting to be better and wanting to look better. When you never came in with ill intent. When you never came in trying to compete with nobody. This was never no competition for you. You had your life on the line. Your whole life was on the line. This wasn't no competition for you. Many nights you prayed with no proof anyone could hear. But in your heart, it was a hopeful song. That was God and the angels and the heavenly angels surrounded around you, telling you to get up and to push and to persevere. They counted out your strength. And this is why it took so many rounds to try to take you out. See, they all gathered together and they all looking at each other like, man, listen, man, I done sum it up raw, goo, Okash. Ain't nothing getting to this person. Summoning up all these demons, doing stuff behind the scenes. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just shooting names out there, but I'm trying to tell you, like, I don't know what these people was chanting. I don't know what they was doing, because I don't get into that type of stuff. I'm just telling you, what I'm telling you is the things that they were doing behind your back, they all gathered together and realized that it wasn't working. And so at one point in time, when they realized that the mess wasn't working, now it's like they breaking away and trying to await what's going to happen in their life, because they tried so hard to try to destroy yours. But they counted you out, because at the end of the day, see, you can't judge a book by its cover. And they all joining together thinking, looking at each other like, man, I thought you said this was just some weak ant that we could just stomp on and take them out and no one was going to notice. And we wasn't going to get no backlash for it. I thought you said there was just some weak ant. We done went several rounds with this person and ain't nothing working. 'Cause many nights you prayed with no proof anyone could hear. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope was frail, it's hard to kill. Though hope is frail, it was hard to kill you. That's what they counted out. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why they couldn't take you out. 'Cause you believed. There can be miracles when you believe, when you believe, somehow you will when you believe. But see, they ain't understand, man. They thought you was just some weak ant but couldn't crush you because God was walking with you. They thought you was just some weak ant that they could just rule over. Do you understand? Let me ask you something. Let me tell you something to break this down for you. See, at the end of the day, while God is telling you that no matter, listen, though God is telling you that you may not be well liked, but you will be well off. Mark his words when he says this to you, because at the end of the day, you paid your dues. People couldn't walk a half a mile in your shoes. You paid your dues for this because you stayed true to who you were. And God was watching you and how you was handling this thing. And in some type of capacity, you really surprised God, because it was like, not saying that he didn't know you was going to handle it the right way, but you surprised him in the way that you kept pushing and getting up. See, a lot of people think at the end of the day, God is supposed to work a miracle in your life. They don't understand you're supposed to meet him halfway. And there's certain things that you have to do and ask him for before he can get you to that next level of your life. God gave you the recipe for success. It's unmatched. It's unparalleled. It can't be duplicated. It can't be copied. This is made specifically for you. Thank you, Ethan, baby, for that donation. I appreciate you and I love you. God bless you. That recipe for success. See, you had to go through the different cycles, though. Even though he gave you that recipe for success, you had to go through the different cycles and get the ingredients. And you had to follow the God book in order to understand how to whip that meal and prepare that meal. Do you understand me what I'm saying? See, people think that God's supposed to sit up here and work a miracle for your life and, oh, bless you like this, bless you like this. Faith without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. They don't understand. God gave you that recipe because he was trying to set you up for success. Huh? You couldn't be taken out because he chose you for this. But you had to go through different cycles, learn different lessons, pick up those ingredients that you needed based on the God book. Huh? Based on the lessons that you learned. You understood how to whip that meal and prepare it the right way. This is why people can't copy you. This is why you can't be duplicated. This is why your faith is unmatched, it's unparalleled, and this is why they couldn't take you out. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. But let me tell you something. Them blessings didn't always come in when you asked. They didn't come in when you was crying out to God and you was asking. He didn't give you, this the thing, a part of it was you wasn't asking for a whole lot. So he blessed you with more. But then the other half of it is, when you were asking for certain things to happen in your life, do you understand what I'm saying? You didn't understand the grand scheme of things. You didn't understand why God handpicked you to encounter these people, because it was a lesson that he wanted these people to learn. It was a lesson that he needed you to learn. See, and the way that he had this going, there were certain cycles and lessons that you had to learn before he gave you what it is that you was asking for and what he wanted you to have. But in the end, he's telling you may not be well liked for it when these blessings come in, but you will be well off. Thank you, Bridget, baby, for that donation. I love you and I appreciate you. God bless you. Yes. This is the past and this is the present. And he's setting you up for your future. Do you understand what I'm saying? You were asking for certain things, but you didn't see anything coming into fruition. You didn't see anything manifesting in your life. But you kept trying to figure out why God was keeping you here in the midst and in front of people who wanted to see you struggle, who gathered together and laughed at your pain. These wicked and cruel and vindictive people went up against a chosen one and didn't understand who they was coming up against, what they was dabbling in, and what the consequences was going to be. But they learning a very valuable lesson when it comes to you, that you can't be defeated, that you can't be taken out. For all this mess that they did, they have to sit and watch it not play out the way that they wanted to play out. That's a lesson. That's a lesson about not betraying people who came in with good intentions and with love. If you don't understand and you don't know how to give love back to a person, you step back, you get out their way, you stay out their way, you get on your path and you work on what needs to be worked on within yourself so that you may change. But what you do not do is inflict pain and harm upon others who are innocent in this situation. Baby, you was innocent in these situations. You didn't do nothing wrong. I'm here to tell you ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't deserve that. But let me tell you, just as sure as there is a God in heaven and he don't play about you, he is coming through and he's teaching all these people valuable lessons about you when it comes to you. It's like the protagonist and the antagonist in the movie and in the story. They got to sit there and keep going back to the drawing board. If every time they go back to the drawing board and they try to come up with a scheme, a plot, a plan, it never play out the way that they want it to play out. The antagonist always wins the protagonist always wins in the end. But you always see that the antagonists always have to go back and have to try to come up with a plan, cook up a scheme to try to go against the public. But who wins in the end? Good will always prevail over evil. That's another lesson that these people gonna learn. Good will always prevail over evil. See, they looked at you and they judged you and they said, this person ain't got no prayer life about them. This person used to be this person used to be that. They used to be this. Everybody talking, everybody running the yap. They just weak. And a part of it is you almost got to look at the people who's around you too. See, through one person, it unlocked all these different lessons for you as well, and viewpoints and perspectives as to these people who you had around you. When one person hurt you, you realize how it was all interconnected to the other people that you had around you as well, right? When family showed that they are disloyal to you, you ask yourself why these people had the freedom and why did they have this ability to go up against me so hard? When people look around you and they think that you don't have no one that will stick up for you, go to bat for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? When they look around. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Bridget. See, when people look around your situation and they say, well, they own family talk about them. They own family don't even vibe with them. This is why I tell you about families. If I'm talking on both ends, the people who have been affected and the people who are affecting others within your family. You don't sit up here and show your disloyalty to your blood and to your kinfolk to other people. Do you hear me what I'm saying? You don't show your disloyalty to other people regarding your kinfolk. Because let me tell you something. When these people are no longer in your life and they break up with you, or these friends not in your life no more, and you think that you know these people, you've just given these people power and ammunition over your own family and your blood. Why? Because even if this person did everything that they could and took several strides to change, all they will ever remember is what you said about them when they were on the up and up. What you said about them when they was struggling. What you said about them when they was living wayward. What you said about them when they was dwelling in sin. This is why you don't go up against your blood and your kinfolk. You keep in-house family issues in the house. When it came to these friends went up against you because they thought they was better than you. Some of these people grew up with you. They hated you. This is what I'm saying. They hate you because of how God blessing you, but they don't even understand the pain that you had to go through before he came through for you. Some of it will be like he's telling you, I'm telling you, I kept hearing that in my dream. You may not be well liked, but you will be well off. They didn't understand how long you had to hold out. And it was because of your strength and your perseverance that God is coming through and blessing you 10 triple fold. They didn't always up and when you ask. And it's easy to give in to your fears. You didn't give in to the fear of the unknown. You stepped and you took a leap of faith and you moved when God told you to move. You stepped when he told you to step. You paused when you told him to pause. Do you understand me what I'm saying? And because of this, you had people who was hating you for your strength, hating you for your tenacity, hating you for your perseverance because you made it through on the other side. But it's another lesson to be learned in this. Lessons to be learned about betrayals, about deceiving folk, not moving in good faith, lies, treachery, deceit, envy, jealousy. People, your enemies let pride and ego run the show, and they let jealousy and envy overcome them to do these things towards you. And now God have to sit them down and they gonna watch you. Mark my words when I say, everybody is sitting and waiting for their fate to play out in their life because they know that they went so endlessly and so hard to try to destroy yours, baby. But let me tell you something. Many nights you pray with no proof anyone could hear. And that's what saved you. In your heart, a hopeful song you barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. But we kept pushing. Like, what else you gonna throw at me now? What else you gonna throw at me now? We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. Oh, yeah, yeah. There can be miracles when you believe. Sing it with me. Though hope was frail, it's hard to kill. Come on, sing it with me. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe. Somehow you will when you believe. And you hold that to your chest. And for every day, you understand me when I'm telling you, people are learning very valuable lessons when it comes to you. You keep holding your head up high, and this is why it took so long for God to move you, because he was trying to bless you and lift you up right there where the mess happened at. Thank you, AC Baby, for that. Thank you, AC Baby, for that donation. I love you and I appreciate you. And when he got you out and he moved you and he lifted you up, he blessed you for everybody to see. So can't nobody say not a thing about you. And let me tell you something. You're going to have that strength to keep pushing forward and understanding that everybody ain't going to vibe with you. And you may not be well liked, but mark my words when I say that you, baby, you will be well off for all that hell and that pain that you went through. Yes, you will. And these people, it's like they are going to be on the losing end, and they're going to have to watch God continuously raise you up in front of their face, because this is what they wanted so bad. It's like what they wanted for you is happening to them, and they got to sit in it and dwell in that, because it's not funny when it's like when you got to sit up here and try to make ends meet, and for 15 steps you take forward, it's 30 steps that you being set back. Your enemies ain't appreciating the lessons that they learning right now. But let me tell you something, the reason why you being blessed, because you was willing to do the jobs, take the positions that people weren't willing to do before he blessed you. You was willing to hold your head down and keep moving forward and holding on to his hand, and because he told you, lift your head up, it's time to lift your head up now. It's time to move forward and go about it now. It's time to stand up in it now. It's time to raise up now. It's time for me to lift you up now. It's time for me to bless you now. It's time for you to win now. It's time for you to win now. Ain't no more lose. You could never lose what they thought. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. It was hard to kill you. They on the 10th round still trying to figure out how to take you out, and they losing. And after they've utilized every resource and they have nothing else to throw at you, all they can do is sit back and watch you. Watch you win. Victory is yours, baby. You graduated and you made it. This is confirmation that it's only blessings for you up ahead. Victory is yours. Victory is yours. Amen. Victory is yours because you believed. You believed exactly. You believed when they was laughing at you, mocking you. How evil can a person be to rally up the troops and get fulfillment and joy out of seeing you struggle and hurt, have holes in your shoes, going days and days without eating, your money not right, your money looking funny. But many nights you prayed with no proof anyone was hearing you. God, please, what are you trying to do? What do you need me to do? That's what you was doing. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. Y'all want to see Jay? I had to, I'm so sorry, y'all. I was trying to wrap it up, but I couldn't rush spirit. Here she is right here. The groom had to bring her up. Y'all give me 1 second, okay? Say, hey, Jay. Say, hey, Mama. Yes. 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 Make y'all happy today. Hey y'all. So I had to pretty much get her back in. But I needed to come on here and say that to you all really quick because I'm feeling like some of y'all was growing weary, and a lot of you guys didn't understand, you know, why you was kept in certain situations for as long as you were. A part of that is the plan that God had and how he aligned things for you. He needed to lift you up right there in the midst of your enemies. He needed to lift you up right there in the midst of your enemies where they was doing that treachery, because a lot of people really counted you out. They counted out your prayer life. They counted you out just completely. And when they all gathered out together, it's just like, it's sad because, you know, people didn't have to be wicked towards you. They didn't have to do you the way that they did you just because they didn't understand you. They didn't have to treat you the way that they did because they felt like that they could, that, oh, because I can, I'm just going to do it. And see, a lot of the times is when people think that they could just do something. What I tell y'all guys all the time, I tell you, let people do whatever they feel like they're big and bad enough to do, because just as sure as you got God walking with you, he going to come through and he's going to vindicate you. And that's exactly what he did, because it was too many people who had your name up in their mouth. There was too many people, too many situations that you were in. You understand what I'm saying? You couldn't possibly go around and check every single last one of these people. And he didn't want you to do that. He didn't want you to get up out your element. A lot of people knew who you were, and they were warned, and they still yet chose to go up against you. In whatever capacity and way that they were warned, they thought that they were bigger than God. See, that's the problem, because they had been used to getting away with this for so long. And I'm talking about, when I'm talking about foul, I'm talking about, you'll never understand how nasty and low people cut you behind your back. A part of it is God not wanting to reveal it to you, because he only gives you so much that you can bear. But I feel like now at this stage in your life, you are at this stage where you can handle some of the things that were said about you. And the reason why you need to know how bad these people talked about you is so that you can, for once and for all, close these cycles up with these people. You can't take a person back and love a person who wants to have your life, who wants to overcome you and control you, who wants to defeat you, who wants to dominate you. And for whatever the reason, these people had jealousy and envy in their hearts and malice towards you when you came with love. And see, I said that in one of my other videos. It's like these people was coming with guns, and you was showing up to the fight with hugs and kisses. You really thought hugs and kisses would make these people change their perspective about you. You really thought hugs and kisses and being honorable and being loyal and being committed and moving in good faith would allow these people to do right by you if they see that you moving right by them. But it didn't. It caused them to look at you like, what? A weak ant. And they took your kindness for weakness until God had to step in on your behalf and say, step aside. A lot of the time, sometimes you got to get out your own way and get out of God's way and stop trying to get ahead of God. Because too many of y'all was trying to get ahead of God, and it's like he was showing you. He backed up just enough to let you see who was throwing these attacks and these darts at you. And he said, you see? Now do you see? Can you open your eyes to see? Do you see what I'm trying to show you? Look at who these people are. And you think that you can keep going back and loving these people from a space in your heart when they don't have it in them to give it back to you. Do you hear me what I'm saying? I think y'all hearing me, but you're not understanding me. Y'all kept getting ahead of God, and sometimes you got to get out your own way and step aside and allow God to take control of your life and direct you and guide you where he needs you to be. Some people will ask you, how is it that you're able to survive what you did? How are you able to just be a lone warrior? How? When you've gone through enough, and I'm talking about you done hit the ground, you've been at your lows of lows, you've hit that pit. Deep down in that pit, you learned a lot being in the darkness and being by yourself, to yourself. You learned a lot. You learned that you can't trust everybody. You learned that everybody won't be happy for you. You learn that you are different from a lot of people. You learn that a lot of people do have wickedness in their hearts. And even though we can't trace back to where it came from and where it originated from, we're not trying to no more. All we're saying that in this season, if you moving with that wickedness, you moving with that malice in your heart, you moving with that ill intent, you just gonna have to get up out my life. And I'm gonna do my best to the best of my ability to keep you up out my life. You stop making excuses for your enemies. You stop making excuses for people who went against you. These people, had they had their way, baby, you would have been out. And they would have been sitting somewhere popping popcorn, watching your whole life play out the way that they wanted to play out, laughing at it, thinking that it's some joke, thinking that it's a game. But God. And they learned the lessons now. What I told you, they utilized every resource till they had nothing left. You got these people shooketh. Do you hear me what I'm saying? You got these people shooketh in part with the blessings that came your way and how you did not just, you don't understand. I understand. I don't know what y'all went through, but it's like they so smart till they dumb. I hate to say it that way. But now people are looking back and seeing like, oh, well, you must be doing something right. You must be smart after all. God must really be moving in your life. You must really be on the good side of God now. It took people having to go through these things. Like I told you, seeing is believing. But like I said, they act like they ain't know how to stop because they could not see. And now that they see, God ain't going to let up off of them until they learn the lesson and change. They so mad because of who you are. You have to understand something. Stop asking yourself why. These people were routed to you. When you were dealing with spiritual warfare, there's certain demonic, that's what I told you, new levels, new devils, right? New levels, new devils. These devils and these demonic people was routed to you to be on your path. You keep asking the same questions and you're going to keep getting the same answers. When you know what this is, you stop asking these questions. When you know what this is, you start moving different once you have a clear understanding. If people are routed to be on your path, do you think that they're going to let up? Do you think that they will love you just because you love them? Do you think they won't be happy for you just because you overcame their attacks? No, they're not. They're just going to get more calculated and skilled at hiding it, going back and trying to come up with a different plan. Why? Because these people were routed to you to destroy you, to take you out. But many nights you pray with no proof anyone could hear. You cried that man a river every night. People didn't understand. You cried him a river every night. Your prayer life was on 100. But they doubted you so much, trying to judge a book by its cover, just because your actions didn't line up with your prayer life. Past actions. These are people who are stuck people. They stuck, they foolish, and they silly. And they slow. It's a chemical imbalance, a mental illness that these people are battling. And all these people you had to overcome all at once. And you did it because you held on to hope. You did it because you didn't fear the unknown. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains on before we knew we could. You didn't understand the mountains and the obstacles that you was overcoming by not being afraid. You didn't even understand. You didn't even understand the power that you possess within you just by showing up to the fight. I'm saying something. I'm saying something. Thank you, Era baby. I don't know why I could not go another day without getting on here And I'm telling you, I'm here because I took my pain meds. So I'm not feeling nothing right now. I'll probably feel it after. But when God moved, I got to move because he did a lot for me. And clearly, this is hitting somebody in somebody's life right now. They learning some valuable lessons when it comes to you. Do you hear me? They learning some valuable lessons when it comes to you. That your faith, your prayer life is unmatched, is unparalleled. They doubted on you. They counted you out so bad. They didn't even expect you to show up to the fight. You moved mountains and overcame a lot of your life just by showing up and not being afraid and not fearing the unknown. And I'm talking about showing up to the fight. You going up against giants, demonic giants, but you had them. But it's like you had angelic beings around you who was surrounded around you, and you were a giant within yourself without you even knowing it. You just look, like I said, your looks can be very deceiving. Looks can be very deceiving. You look like a weak ant, but weak ants don't show up to a fight when they feel like they're... Let me tell you something, David and Goliath, man. Let me tell you something about that fight. You showed up like David. You showed up like David. You showed up like David. Now, to other people, it may look like that's an easy knockout fight, right? To other people, it may look like, man, you wasn't going to win that fight. They had it in the bag. People was taking bets. They had it in the bag. They stood to profit off of you. They stood to step into a whole nother dimension and way of being and lifestyle because of you. They had a lot betted on this, but God had a lot betted on this too. And you showed up to the fight every time, every round. You showed up and you fought. You showed up and you kept showing up. It got to the point where they were no longer upset. They were really just bothered and frustrated at this point. They were bothered and they was frustrated. Why won't you just die? Why won't you just be who I want you to be? Why won't you just stay and keep struggling? Why won't you just be hurt? Why? These people were demonic, man, but you kept showing up like, though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. They couldn't kill you and they weren't going to kill you because you kept showing up. 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 Who am I talking to today? You kept showing up. You kept getting up. You kept walking tall. You kept showing up. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe. Somehow you will. You will when you believe. You kept showing up. They couldn't kill you. You kept showing up. And for every fight, you're like, oh, I don't know if I got the strength to make this one. I don't know if I got the strength to overcome this one. And God said, yes, you do. Yes, you do. That snapback game on 10. They couldn't go against you. They couldn't break you. They couldn't destroy you. And now they're sitting somewhere frustrated by you. Mad at you. Mad because they wanted to see you struggle. They wanted a certain outcome and they keep trying to wait and see and plot to get that outcome. But God said, you'll never get that outcome. You'll never get that outcome. Just as long as I'm walking with them and they breathing and they walking, you will never get that outcome. So you can hang it up. They didn't always come morning when you ask. And it's easy to give in to your fears. But there was a small but yet resilient voice that kept telling you, what did it tell you? You know the song, that hope was very near. Hope was near. Right when you got on that 10th round, 11th round, you like, God, I can't do no more. And that voice, a small but yet resilient voice, was telling you hope was very near. And let me tell you something, you didn't have to fight no more. When God told you didn't have to fight no more, step aside and go to the next cycle of your life, I'm going to handle your enemies. And they're going to learn very valuable lessons when it comes to you, amen? They're going to learn lessons about not to betray you. They're going to learn lessons when it comes to cooking up schemes trying to go against you that it's never going to work. They're going to learn very valuable lessons when it comes to putting their mouth on you that you could never lose what they thought. They're going to learn very valuable lessons when it comes to thinking that they're better than you, trying to overcome you, trying to overlook you. You could never lose what they thought. They're going to learn very valuable lessons when it comes to you may not be well liked, but you will be well off. Mark my words. Because you believed. And every single last one of them, every single last one gonna pay with a very valuable lesson that God gonna teach them. They gonna learn, trust me and believe, that's how they gonna pay up. Just like you had to go through them lessons, they wasn't no easy lessons, now were they? They weren't easy, was it? And then he come through and you was crying out to him and it was crushing your spirit. But what you kept doing? Many nights you prayed with no proof anyone could hear. They standing outside your house, waiting to see you come out and give up. But many nights you prayed with no proof anyone could hear. Wanting to see a certain outcome for you, but you kept praying, you kept going back to the drawing board, breaking down yourself, recreating yourself, restructuring yourself, just wanting to find peace. God, give me strength to look at myself in the mirror today. Give me strength to step outside my house today. Give me strength to step out the bed today. Give me strength to want to live today. Give me strength to want to walk today. Give me strength, Father. Give me strength, Father. Give me strength, Father. Don't let my enemies have their way with me. You know that they're trying to defeat me, Father God. You know that they do not want to see me win, Father God. Give me the strength, Father. Give me power over my enemies, Father. Give me the strength, Father God, where I'm weak. Give me the clarity and the answers that I seek. Give me the understanding so that I can be who it is that you need me to be. Open my eyes to see, so that I may step into my victory. Many nights you prayed with no proof anyone could hear. Cry that man a river every night, trying to hug yourself and love yourself through that pain. And what these people did, everybody's half was trying to sit and wait to see you live a certain way, a certain outcome. The other half went on about their life like you didn't matter, like you didn't exist. But God gonna make them see you. God turned them around and made them see you. He made them see. This is why you had to stay in them cycles for as long as you did. He gonna bless you. He ain't gonna get you a way to bless you. The blessings is already in the works for you. He was gonna bless you right there in the midst of all that mess happening, where them enemies came up against you. I'm talking about they did it foul. Friends went up against you. Lovers went up against you. Family went up against you. Some was talking with one another, in cahoots with one another, sleeping with one another, lying on you, trying to take from you, trying to deceive you. And for what? What they had to do it for, when in the end they didn't get what they wanted. They didn't come, and the miracles didn't come in when you begged him for them. But they came when it was the right time because you held on to hope, you held on to faith, and you believed. They couldn't take you out because though your hope was frail, it was hard to kill. Though your hope was frail, it was hard to kill. They could not take you out, and they did not get the outcomes that they wanted for your life. But they getting it in theirs, and it ain't the outcomes that they were seeking. JC, back me up. GP, are you with me? You already know what to do. If any of these messages resonate with you, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell a friend to join the JC gang. Reach one, teach one. We ride together, we slide together. JC gang for life. I haven't said that in a long time, but let me tell you something. If you've been vibing with me since day one, you understand that when I come on here, I'm in pain right now. But you understand when I come on here, it's for a reason. They learn the lessons when they come to you. And even though these blessings are coming in, you got to understand something. You may not be well liked for it. But God saying, mark my words, you will be well off. And your enemy's going to learn a very valuable lesson when it comes to you. You can never lose. You will never lose. So get up out your head. Hold your head up high. Never let nobody see you sweat. Keep pushing. You already know what time it is. You already know I come with that real, I come with that faith. I keep it 100 with you. I keep it a buck with you. You feel me? I'm your sister. I'm your friend. I'm your confidant. I'm that shoulder that you can lean on. I'm that shoulder that you can cry on. I'm that listening ear that you can vent to. And until next time, I want y'all to stay prayed up. And I want y'all to be blessed. I truly do. I love every single last one of y'all from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. A lot of y'all are tough. Y'all some tough cookies. You can't be broken. You can't be broken. You're unmatched. You're unparalleled. And at the end of the day, a lot of people try to destroy you and you still living. So let me tell you something. A part of it is because you're thankful for the small things. You're thankful for the small things, even though it probably wasn't what you prayed for and you probably needed more and it wasn't what you was really needing at that time. The reason why you're being blessed is because you're humble and because you was thankful for every blessing that God brought your way. Do you understand what I'm saying? God could sit up here and bless you with making $8 an hour at Burger King. No, it ain't what you wanted, but let me tell you something. Hey, if they giving you free meals and you get to take food home to your family, that's a blessing in itself. Let me tell you something. You put in work and you keep working that situation and you keep working it probably for 6 months to a year, probably less than that, who knows? But you working it, and every day you getting up and you thanking him for getting you that job. Don't you know that the next day the manager could come and tell you he moving to another store and he wants you to become the store manager and take over that whole operation? Or you could get a whole nother opportunity somewhere else that they call you and tell you, hey, I want you in there. You never know what can happen. Everything that you go about and that you do in life, you have to understand that it's a lesson. For everything that God brings your way, you have to understand that it's a blessing. And you have to move with it and be appreciative and thankful for every place and for every blessing and for every lesson that you learn and that he gives to you so he can take you to the next level of your life. But you'll never be what these people want you to be. They will never, ever have the satisfaction of seeing you struggle like that again. Do you understand me? They will never have the satisfaction of seeing you broke like that again. Do you understand me? They will never have the satisfaction of seeing you out your mind and weak like that again. Do you understand me? You showed up to every fight. You shut a lot of people's mouths up. Your blessing, your tenacity, and your strength got people shook it. And let me tell you something. Your glow up got them sick. Because they could never. They could never. And you could never lose. So I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know what they was thinking. But they're going to learn a lesson. They're going to learn a valuable lesson. And God going to be their teacher. You ain't even got to worry about it no more. So until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed. And hold your head up high. I love y'all. Make sure that you go out and get a copy of my book. It's going to be in the description box below. If you guys are trying to buy JC Gang merch, for right now, you'll be able to buy it via my website and also via my Linktree link that is on my TikTok. It is also posted on the community board as well. So if you guys wanted to buy JC Gang merch, that's where it's going to be, and that's where the links are. Also, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my personal YouTube channel. I got a couple of things coming up, updates coming up on my career, trips that I'm going to take, and different things that's coming up in the works, okay? So make sure that you guys subscribe to my personal channel. If any of you have booked personal sessions with me, you got to give me time next week, probably the beginning of next week, to go ahead and schedule and get the meeting link sent out to you guys. Like I said, I'm coming on here now because I really had to pray. I'm telling you, it's starting to hurt right now. I got to get off, but I really wasn't trying to come on here this week. But when God moved me, I wasn't going to be able to go about my day and feel okay until I got on here and I said what needed to be said. So you just give me time to send out the meeting links. The beginning of next week, I'll make sure that I send it out to you. If you want to know how to book a personal session with me, that information is also on the community board. Make sure that you guys stay on that community board. It's also posted in the description box underneath the videos. When you click that little arrow underneath the video to look at the title, you'll see all the different links to my website to buy my book and to book a personal session with me as well. Okay? I don't know why you're saying that, Steady, but I'm not going to address it on this video. But let me tell you something. Just because you can't judge a person based on what they wear and say that they look in a certain type of way, you get me what I'm saying? I don't know who you are, but let me tell you something. If you hiding behind a YouTube channel, that makes you very weak and it makes you very cowardly. And I'm going to ask you one last time to come correct towards me. I'm going to ask you one last time to come correct towards me. I'm going to ask you one last time. Steady Art. I'm going to ask you one last time. Because let me tell you something. I'll get your whole channel shut down. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Do not mess with me. You are demonic. You are very demonic. And let me tell you something. God gonna handle you. I don't have to say nothing to you. I don't have to say nothing to you, because let me tell you something. A lot of people want to say certain things about people. Let me tell you something. If God didn't have his hand in what I was doing, he wouldn't have blessed it to reach certain people. If God did not approve of what I was doing, I wouldn't have made it here to this far. I don't come on here unless I'm led to come on here. And especially I would not come on here if my mouth is hurting and I just came out of a very painful surgery for my mouth. I wouldn't have came out here. I wouldn't have came on here. So for you to say all this type of stuff, you didn't have to follow my personal channel. I don't know why you followed it. That is a personal channel. I did not put that on I put that on my personal channel. Okay? So you don't judge somebody based on what they wear. You don't judge somebody based on what they wear. You got that closed-minded way of thinking, and I'm not here for it. I love you, though. The truth don't hurt, because at the end of the day, I know who I am. I know who I am. I don't dabble in that new age stuff. I don't do none of that stuff. I come on here when I'm led. Okay? I don't talk no mess. I speak facts. And half of it is based on stuff that I've been through. So I pray for you, and I do love you. I love every single last one. Because God said, love your enemies. Let me tell you something. You are an enemy. I don't know who you are. But even if you wasn't my enemy and you was a supporter, I still love you. You can't tell me what I don't feel. If you've been supporting me, baby, I love you. And if you don't support me, I love you. Because to be here, I know you got a word out of it. Even though you want to call me what you want to call me, you still here on the live. If you don't want to hear me and you don't approve of me, why are you still on the live? Just a troll. But you're not going to defeat me, sir, or ma'am, whoever you are. You're not going to discourage me. Do you understand what I'm saying? A person like you got to leave to God. You do not know me. You do not know my story. You do not know what I've been through. You don't know me as an individual. Because you see what I was wearing to an amusement park. And you're trying to come on here and judge me on this channel. But you sat up here and you watch it though. You sat up here and you watched it long enough to see what I was wearing on that channel. And then you want to come on this channel and you want to sit up here and say the foolishness. So you pressed about something, you bothered about something, but I'm not going to let your demons rile up what I got going on over here. I'm going to pray for you as soon as I get up off this live. Don't observe me. Observe yourself. Okay? And on that note, I love y'all, and I hope that y'all have a blessed Saturday. I hope that you guys have a blessed Saturday. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in your life right now, but the reason why you're here is because of your prayer life, and because you did not give up on God, and because you kept praying, and you kept holding on to his hand, and you kept moving steady. Many nights you prayed with no proof anyone could hear. You thought no one was listening to you, but God was listening to you the whole time. Just look at what I'm saying, right? If you're here and you made it here from everything that you've been through, that's a sign already in itself what God has in store for you. You hear me what I'm saying? If it didn't take you out, if it did not take you out, if it did not take you out, and if you're here, and if you're moving forward and you're still believing and you're still praying, that's already in itself a sign right there that big things are in store for you. Because if the enemy was supposed to have his way, you would not be here. Those situations that you went through, it would have overcame you, and your mind would have never been right. Your heart would have never been right. You get me what I'm saying? You could have went down a whole different path. The fact that you're here. So I love you guys very much. And like I said, don't let anything get you down and discourage you. Keep praying. No, I know. I just had to say it because when you disrespect me, now it's like you not respecting my kindness, and you're not respecting me, overlooking all the other stuff that you were saying. So when you come on here and you're disrespecting me, like I said, I was about to explain myself, and and God just had to stop me. I'm not even about to explain myself to somebody who ain't right up in their head. But all I'm saying is not to take away from the message, but no, we ain't gonna disrespect nobody super high. We gonna let them be what it is. We gonna let it be what it is. I don't know what I did to you, but this just go to show you the people that's in this world. They don't care. You say one thing, you move a certain type of way, they ready to sit up here and pass judgment. But can't nobody pass judgment on anybody but God. Can't nobody pass judgment on anybody but God. So he's still on this live. Whoever you are, you still coming. And so this one I'm about to go ahead and end it. And I don't have time for people who are you clearly balance something mentally. So I'm gonna let you have it, and I'm gonna let God go ahead and deal with you, because you clearly just ain't got it going on in your life. That's why you won't hear. This is for inspiration, and this is for motivation. I don't know where anyone gets off trying to disrespect somebody that's come over here trying to do something right. So at the end of the day, I'm just gonna go ahead and end it. I want everybody to have a good Saturday, so we're gonna push back that energy, and I'm gonna let y'all go. And until next time, y'all stay prayed up and be blessed, okay?